the new LinkedIn audio, which is absolutely incredible. So if you would like to join us there, click on the link above mine and Lucienne's head where it says Amplifying the Female Entrepreneurial and Professional Voice. I will invite you up to stage if you would like to come. But, hello. For people joining the room today, we are over on LinkedIn. So Lucienne has been chosen to be a beta tester for the new LinkedIn audio, which is coming soon. Absolutely incredible. And hello, everybody who's joined the room. So we have popped a link at the top of this page, Amplifying the Female Entrepreneurial and Professional Voice. If you click that link, then you can join us over on LinkedIn. So I am going to mute myself, invite people up to the stage if they'd like to be up on the stage with us, but the discussion is going to be over on LinkedIn.
Absolutely brilliant. Excellent stuff, Rihanna. So I am in LinkedIn now. I am on screen, but I'm also in the audio room. So welcome to those of you who've joined in the LinkedIn audio room. Shannon, I can see that you're there. Jennifer, it's lovely to see you too. Great to see Dahlia, Danielle as well, Holly, Julie, Carly, Trisha, Lola, and everybody else that has joined us. So LinkedIn audio is a brand new feature, and it's my opinion that LinkedIn audio is going to support business owners with the audio platform in a much more professional way and in a much more, I'd like to say, authentic way with the fact that LinkedIn is behind everything that we're talking about. So on here currently on Clubhouse, if you want to make a further connection, you would need to click on somebody's face, go through to their Instagram account and then make a connection with them that way. However, using the LinkedIn audio, it is absolutely phenomenal the amount of connections that you can make that are truly either ideal clients or are people who have been connected with you for quite some time but haven't actually connected with you, if you know what I mean. So it's really important that we are maximizing the use of our time as business owners. It's really, really important. And so basically, if you have the opportunity to test something out, do something that's new and be one of the very first people to do it, you need to take that opportunity. And that's what I'm doing. So there's only a handful of people who have this function over on LinkedIn. And when you join LinkedIn in the audio room, you can see other people just like you do in Clubhouse. You can raise your hand, you can come up to the stage. So we've got quite a few people joining us now in the LinkedIn room. It's so great to see you, Shannon, Jennifer. Hello, Rihanna's joined us as well. Danielle's in here too. That's absolutely fantastic. Lauren, get yourself over to LinkedIn, to the LinkedIn audio. That is where it is all happening. Laurie and Julie, great to see you here too. So Rihanna, if you would like to raise your hand on the LinkedIn stage, it would be great if I can just pull you up and start getting the LinkedIn stage active. Okay, and anybody else who would like to come up and speak, please do raise your hand to get used to using this platform. So I can see quite a few people have raised their hands to speak. So I'm going to bring you up. Excellent stuff. Okay, so I'm giving space to people who are in the collective of extraordinary women first and foremost, because it's important to me to value my clients and value the time that they spend in developing themselves with me. So first of all, I'd just love for you to introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you here? Rihanna, I'm going to come to you first over on LinkedIn. Do you reckon you can unmic? Oh, I'm not sure.
Give me 1 second. Hang on 1 second.
We're learning. I love it. It's brilliant.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Whoa, hang on 1 second. We need to move my Clubhouse phone away from the LinkedIn.
There we go. We got it.
Hopefully you can hear me now on Clubhouse and LinkedIn, but I can't look at Clubhouse right now. So I am Rihanna. I am the Community Empowerment Manager for the Collective of Extraordinary Women. And I also have my own company called Whole Health and Fitness, where I work with women to run from couch to 5K. And I also have a 12-week nutritional program that goes alongside of that as well.
Lovely stuff. Thank you for that, Rihanna. That's brilliant. You're also a very special person to me. What do you do for me? What is it that you do for me? Now you've got to find that mute button again, that mic button again. It's not easy. There we go.
It's really hard because I muted my sound on my computer so I could talk on Clubhouse, and now I can only hear us on my phone, even though I'm on LinkedIn on my computer. So when you speak to me, I hear it through Clubhouse, but I'm talking to you through LinkedIn. It's very bizarre. It's like a juggling act.
We will get everybody over onto LinkedIn eventually. I do think that in terms of business growth and the amount of connections that I've made since I stepped into the first audio room on LinkedIn the other day, it is just phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not being paid by LinkedIn to say this. There are some real glitches with the LinkedIn audio still, which is pretty difficult to navigate. But if you're an early adopter in these things, then you work that stuff out and you become quite a pro when it comes to everybody else using it. So the more you can come into this space, get involved, get used to how it works, watch it develop, just like we did with Clubhouse, the better. Brilliant stuff. So we've got Laurie. I don't know if you can unmic, Laurie. And Shannon. We've got Shannon. There we go. Shannon, hello. Who are you? What do you do?
Good afternoon. My name is Shannon and my business is I Cook You Serve. We deliver evening meals to households across Northampton.
Lovely stuff. And I have been a recipient of said meals and they are delicious. So thank you very much for that, Shannon. Danielle, I don't know if you can speak over on LinkedIn. I don't know if you are able to. Yeah.
Can you hear me? I'm here.
Yeah.
I am Danielle Halliday. I am a business consultant. I specifically work in talent development, where I take managers on a journey to becoming leaders. That's what I do. That's a bit about me.
It's brilliant to see you here, and I can see your lovely face on Clubhouse, but I can't see your lovely face on LinkedIn. So this is an opportunity to really get our LinkedIn profiles looking top notch, and yeah, can't wait, Danielle, to see your face on there. That's a way of me basically saying let's see your face on LinkedIn, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm going to put it on. A massive smile.
Yeah, lovely. I love that. And we've got Julie as well. Hello, Julie.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, see, it gets better every day. Every day it gets better. You're not crackly.
Yesterday. So yeah, thank you, Lucienne. Gosh, this is fun. I'm just trying this out alongside you, just keeping you company. Thank you for inviting me up to speak. Yes, my name is Julie Wong. I am a background as accountant, so now I work with small businesses, startups, to help them understand their numbers, because there's a lot of anxiety involved, and I believe that a lot of people don't really use their numbers the way they should be to help their businesses grow, understand it, and run their businesses effectively, and then effectively manage their risk going forward. So we are in financially challenging times. Lots of things are rising in prices, and if you can help plan that, it can help you manage your risk and know what's coming down the road. So that's what I try and do. Thank you for having me up, Lucienne.
Yeah, brilliant, Julie. I love that. And it's not a case of trying. You are doing it. Like, you have stepped into that space, and it's absolutely brilliant to see you shining your light. And you have just gone from strength to strength, and it's been a real pleasure to watch. So congratulations to you, Julie. Laurie, I saw you put your thumb up. Just send me a message in the LinkedIn back chat if you would like to speak. Yesterday, it wasn't showing me that your mic had opened. Oh, Laurie, is that you? No. So I don't know what it is, but Julie's worked it out. I don't know how I managed to work it out yesterday. And we've got Lauren on the stage as well. Hello, Lauren. It's very nice to see you. Lauren and I have worked together. We did a bit of coaching at the beginning of the year. Oh, Laurie, hello.
Hello. It's a whole new world. I'm living and learning, and we couldn't. Here we are.
There we are. Well, we can hear you now. How are you feeling today? Did you test positive?
Oh, I'm still negative, so which is good. Yeah, so will I do a little intro?
Yes, please. Yep.
Yep, great. So I'm Laurie. I'm a career wing woman, helping smart women, mostly over 40, to find roles that they love at the salary that they deserve. Working with lots of women's returners just now, and they are really struggling to work out what they want to do, how to get there, how to position themselves, should we use LinkedIn, and all sorts of great questions. So I love what I do. I love helping my clients get from I'll have to just take a wee job, which around the kids, which no you don't, up to getting jobs that really, really suit them, that fulfill their purpose. We've been talking personal branding today, which is a new concept for lots, vision, values, all of the good stuff, so that they get work that they love.
Awesome stuff. Great to have you with us, Laurie. Absolutely brilliant. Also a member of the Collective of Extraordinary Women, and we are growing that on a daily basis, and it's wonderful to see. And those of you who are listening are like, oh my God, what's going on? What is that noise? What's the sound? Who's speaking through what? I'm a beta tester for LinkedIn for their audio platform. So they are using me as a guinea pig, and thank goodness I'm able to ride the storm, because yesterday we had some amazing technical difficulties, which today are a little less prevalent. And every day that we're on here using this, growing our community and network on LinkedIn, the better the audio quality becomes. And there will come a point where you can run events on LinkedIn that are huge, and I'm sure that it's going to have transformative impact on your business in a way that we perhaps haven't experienced before. Now, I haven't got a crystal ball. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I'm pretty good at sniffing out things that are actually going to really expedite, really going to speed up business growth. And this is one of those things. So with the added layer of the professional background of LinkedIn, being able to see people's resumes, their CVs, being able to understand what interests they have, and not just have a bio and then a click through to Instagram, which is great. But for those of us who aren't huge on Instagram and don't particularly enjoy using Instagram, it's going through a lot of changes at the moment. I do think that this is a great place for you to be spending your energy when it comes to sharing in audio rooms. So please do get involved where you can. Lauren, I'm going to come to you if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself before we kick off the topic for today. Lauren's new, so Lauren might be hello.
Oh, you can hear me. Oh, is that better?
Yes, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I am new to the whole LinkedIn audio, but this is very exciting, isn't it? So hi, everyone. I'm Lauren, and I support wellness businesses to set up and scale up. I also have a brick and mortar business within the wellness industry. So anything around wellness, that will interest me, and I'll love to talk about it. But definitely interested in today's topic also.
Lovely stuff. Great to have you here. Okay, we're going to kick off proper then. So if you're joining us over on Clubhouse, please do make your way over to LinkedIn and have a look at what on earth is going on. What on earth is it? It's very similar to Clubhouse, but with the additional layer of the back end being your professional profile, which is just brilliant. I just can't wait to really get this rolling. Right. My name is Lucienne Shakir. I am a master accredited coach, and I'm working to amplify the voices, amplify the female voice in entrepreneurship and business. And it's a really important passion-led project that I have with its namesake in my podcast, which is called That's What She Said. So I've interviewed people from around the world to talk about their stories as female professionals, and really to start addressing the imbalance that we have when it comes to being outspoken, sharing experience, collective experience of the female experience in business. And that narrative being driven by women is so important, rather than by men who might be thinking they know what it's like to be a woman but aren't actually sure, because you know what it's like. So the corporate world has been created in a mirror image of what a man needs, what the majority of men might need. And COVID has really sped up how we see the role of the woman in business, entrepreneurship, in family, and identity. And today we're talking about identity. So just give me a reaction, and this for Lauren and for those of you who are new, you can just click on the reaction and you can show a reaction to the topic. I'm going to put a little clap. There we go. Lovely stuff for talking about female identity. So when it comes to being a woman, what does that even mean in business? Should there be a differentiator? And I'm going to start off with the terms mompreneur and female entrepreneur and lady boss. How do we feel about these terms being used in general? What are our thoughts? Shannon's laughing. Danielle, I'll come to you because you're flashing your mic.
Oh, they drive me mad. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm strong, whether I'm a man or a female. I find our company, the company that I used to work for, did like these leadership meetings where they'd have a dual one, and then they'd also have another one just for women, and the lunch would be just for women. And I don't know, I feel like they were doing it to tick a box and not to do it because they respected us. So they had all of these shows on and all of these big words for us, and like women's awards, but there wasn't a man award for the same thing. So words like that really trigger me, Lucienne, and I don't know if they should, but they really do because of the environments that I've worked in.
That's really interesting, Danielle, because with the should thing, like we need to move should out of our vocabulary entirely, because, you know, like you say, Danielle, and this was spoken about yesterday in our room, it's our experience, right? It's in our lived experience, and it has created discomfort in you. And so you don't like those words. So you refer to yourself as, in business, what's your referral to yourself?
I am a strong business consultant, number 2 in Europe, talent development, absolute hero and legend. And there's nothing, to me, the fact that I'm a woman has nothing to do with it. It's because I'm bloody good.
Well, we love you. Who loves Danielle? I love Danielle. I think that's amazing. That's absolutely brilliant. Laurie, I'm coming to you next.
Yeah, I absolutely hate them as well, Lucienne, for a lot of the reasons that you've just said. You know, why is it notable? Why do we have to, especially mompreneur, fempreneur, all of these things? Why can't I just run my business and be a woman at the same time? And why does that have to be such a shocking thing? I know why, and I know there are so many reasons why women don't start businesses, don't try to step into this world, because of the things that we see up ahead of us. And I know that's part of why I joined your group, Lucienne, why I joined the collective, was I want to see women like me up ahead of me. And what I've often found in business sort of groups is, and I'm going to say this because it's just us, often I've been the top of the class, I've been the furthest on in the room, the one that gets the most done, and I don't like being there. I want people to come up behind me and be challenging me, because I want people ahead of me to be dragging me forward. But I do not like hashtag boss babe or any of that sort of stuff. I think it's naff, and I think it takes away from those of us who are not just running hobby businesses, but are running businesses that allow us to make, like me, I'm here on my own. My business has to make me a living. It has to make me the money I want to spend, and I am not cheap to run. So my business has to accommodate that, and it can't do that while I'm hiding behind boss babe or fempreneur or any of that nonsense.
I'm laughing in the background. I love that. So naff, gosh, that's a word I haven't heard in a really long time. The word naff is such a great word. Yeah, and that is my feeling about those words. But I do know so many people who feel really empowered by those words. So it's really interesting to hear that I'm probably creating mirror images of myself in the membership. Is there anyone who finds them empowering? Just give us a sign on the reactions. Okay. Okay, I'm going to come to some other people now. Okay, brilliant. Thank you for that, Laurie. I absolutely love it. And I love what you said about being top of the class. And this is the problem with a lot of masterminds, is that you have them tiered. So there's inevitably always going to be someone who is at the very bottom or at the very top, or you've got a group of people who are at the same level and then one person who's just not quite there yet. And what's difficult for all of the others is that they need to strive for something that's above them. And I totally understand that, Laurie, from you. Striving for something that's above them is so important. And that's why we have a mixture. We have anything from 8-figure business owners to people who've just made their first 10K. And that is why I think a mixture is so important. You can see on the roads with a learner driver, I talk about this a lot, learner drivers, you need to give them space, right? Because we were all there once. For those of us who have learned to drive, that was us. But it's very easy to forget just how difficult it is to navigate those roads at first, and actually keeping you mindful of that and showing you how far you've come in a group is really important as well. So Laurie, I love that. I think that could be a topic for one of our rooms going forward. The level that you're at in business. Okay, Julie or Shannon, would you like to share your thoughts about the terms boss babe, fempreneur? Shannon, coming to you.
Thank you. I agree very much with Danielle and what Laurie has said. I think the terms are just ridiculous. They really make me laugh. But again, I know that some people feel really empowered by them, and they feel like it really helps them to define where they are in business. But I just don't really understand why. So I'm quite curious about the different terms. So yeah, I think this is going to be a great discussion. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, so in terms of identity, if it's a claimed identity, like you are a... Sorry, Laurie, did you want to speak?
No, I don't know what's going on.
This is so brilliant. You could either laugh or cry, couldn't you, really? Laurie, are you able to mute yourself, do you reckon?
Oh God, I'm so sorry. No, I wasn't trying to speak at all. I was just nodding away in the background, and somehow my computer doesn't like it.
So you're on your computer. That's interesting. Just give me a reaction of a thumbs up if you're on your computer at the moment, because I'm feeding all of these technical bits back to LinkedIn. So just give me, yeah, so you're on your computer. I think being on your computer makes it a little bit more difficult. I think, I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I think, Rayanna, you were talking about having to give permission of some sort to make it work or to make it... Yeah. So I don't know how you can close your mic off, Laurie, but just be aware that your mic is open. Rayanna, coming to you.
Yeah, so this is a top tip from Julie yesterday. She said that if you mute your microphone on your actual device, so go over, if you're on your laptop, on my bar, the address bar where it says LinkedIn, I've got a little microphone there. So when I'm unmuting, I'm double unmuting, which is why it's taking me so long. So I am clicking on that microphone and I'm muting myself there and on the LinkedIn microphone.
That's a pain. And there's feedback as well. Yeah, so I will feed that back. Oh, there we go, you see. So I've lost my trail of thought. But what I wanted to say was, when it comes to these terms and forming identity, it is how we take them. It is how we perceive them and how it makes us feel. However, when it starts to be used as a pejorative term to infantilize or to minimize the impact that women can make in business, that's the problem. When it becomes a term that tells you that these women in business are actually doing this as a hobby rather than as something that is, you know, incredibly successful, is employing people, is growing, is scaling, is contributing to the UK economy or whatever around the world economy. It is a type of infantilization or minimizing the credibility of these people's businesses. And I find that particularly difficult. I find that really hard. And I think you know, when you look at terms, say in acting, you don't call actresses anymore. You call them actors, because there is no differentiation between an actor and an actor. This is what we are looking for, is for parity and equality. And so if we then start using terms, boss babe, fempreneur, mumpreneur, are we actually taking away from the gravitas, from the seriousness, or is it something that we can claim? Is it something that we can actually enjoy? And that's a really, really difficult question. So I would love to ask the stage, just to find out, by way of question and answer, basically, how do you describe who you are in your business? We had Danielle describe herself in her business. Julie, coming to you.
Right. Yes, I need to double unmic as well, because I've actually unmiked myself on my computer on my keyboard. So the microphone button, I do that just in case. So that's how I do it. Yeah, I don't really like the terms. I think the only one I don't mind is the female entrepreneur. But I do feel like the same way you do, that they are kind of minimizing you and putting you in a subcategory, in the same way that you know, it's almost like, you say, it's slightly derogatory. You know, if you are an entrepreneur, you are an entrepreneur. It's just the fact that, you know, what market do you serve? And, you know, Lucienne, you are about female empowerment, so you don't work with men. So, but that doesn't need to define you as a female entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur. It's just that your sector that you work in is with females. In the same way, say, for example, car is a car. But the fact that some cars are more suited to is different demographics, different, you know, more females, kind of cars. I mean, I've got an Audi TT, and it was called a hairdresser's car for many years. So, but it still doesn't take it away from that fact it still is a car. So I don't actually like the terms, and I think it brings it a little more level playing field if we start being called, you know, entrepreneurs. I definitely don't like the female boss lady, that kind of stuff. It has a whole real the pink fluffy image around it, which takes away the power behind what people are trying to achieve. So I don't use those terms, but sometimes I do use those terms in terms of who I, you know, aiming my market at, because some people identify with that, you know, being female entrepreneurs, and therefore it's part of the sort of the description that I'm reaching out to in terms of, you know, my avatar's ideal clients. But that's the only time I would choose to use it. But generally, I think we just fall into the world of being entrepreneurs at the end of the day. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, thank you, Julie. I would agree with that too. It's so interesting, isn't it? Because it was clearly needed at some point. It was clearly a necessity at some point to differentiate yourself, to have it as a badge of honor, because it's not easy being you know, speaking as somebody who's been a single parent, bringing in my own salary and stepping away from employment and setting up a business. It is, I think, actually quite extraordinary to be able to raise a child healthily and happily, and to be able to run a business like that. And so potentially at some point there was a real honor in the fact that I could say, well, yeah, I'm a mum and I'm an entrepreneur. And I think that shows the real credibility of well, the real knowledge that it's tough to do that. But then society hasn't changed that much, in that the home work, the work that we do at home, is equal. I mean, I don't know in here, just give us a reaction by form of a heart if you feel at home that the domestic work and the work with your children and the caregiving is equally shared. Let's see a heart if you feel it's equally shared. Okay, brilliant. That's fantastic. Okay, and let's just see a clap of hands for those who do the majority of the house domestic childcare work. I'm going to give myself a little clap, because I do. Andy's raised his hand. It's going to be interesting to hear what Andy has to say. I think it's absolutely fascinating, and I think there is something in recognizing the difficulty of that. But it does, unfortunately, create this fluffy image, Julie. I completely get that. I see it in my mind of a female business owner. I'm going to invite Andy up, and as I do, we've got Iffy, who's joined us on the Clubhouse stage, and I don't think Iffy knows what we're doing. So So Iffy, we are over on Clubhouse, and this is not on Clubhouse, on LinkedIn, and this is a great way for you to be growing your connections on LinkedIn, with the ability to have links that you can push people towards, or you can draw people to your CV or to something that you're promoting at the moment, and have that professional background as well. Andy, I have raised you, I have said allow, so hopefully you're able to come up onto stage. Andy, what are your thoughts?
Oh, thanks, Lucia. Always nice to see you. Great room. I think generally speaking, labels are always problematic. For example, there's a fellow on LinkedIn who calls himself the LinkedIn guru, and that rankles every time I see it. And he thinks that, there's nothing wrong with it. But specifically in terms of the conversation today, I see it. I see someone calling themselves a lady boss as challenging the status quo, and in that sense, who am I to say I'm fine with it? Because it's not really something that I think too hard about. But if it's challenging the status quo, then that's probably a good thing, right?
Yeah, you raise a really interesting point. It's challenging the status quo, but then the fact that there is the status quo, that does mean that it's extraordinary or something out of the ordinary for women to be in business. Does it not speed it up by simply putting us in the same category, and for not highlighting the fact that we're an anomaly? Andy, what do you reckon?
It would be great if it was that simple, right?
Yeah.
That, if we just use words, then we can become. We can get, we being ladies, we can get parity and equality. I guess it takes a long time, doesn't it? But I also thought that Julie's point was very good. That you have to be malleable. You have to adjust your point of view, and if that's your audience, if that's who you're trying to gain as a client, then you're going to have to use that same language that they're apparently espousing and projecting. So I get why it's done. It doesn't sit easily with me, because it does basically say, hey, we're not there yet. But I totally understand why people do it. As far as household duties, I really try to do 50%. It's got to be fair.
Well, you're a friend of ours if that's the case. I like that a lot. That's absolutely brilliant. And I think that's probably why I have no boss babes or boss bitches or fempreneurs in the membership or in the mastermind. I think I simply don't attract that kind of businesswoman into my business, which is a good point that you raise as well, Andy, around what words you're using to attract the people into your business. So I'm just going to do a quick reset of the room, because we are halfway through. Rayanna, I don't know if you want to do this on Clubhouse or if you want to do it on LinkedIn, my love. Which would you prefer?
Clubhouse, I think, would be best. It comes through clearer. So, although our room reset is a little bit outdated now, I'm gonna have to update it. So you are in the CEW Club, which stands for the Collective of Extraordinary Women, being brought to you by Master Accredited Female Empowerment Specialist Coach Lucienne Shakir and me, the Community Empowerment Manager, Rayanna Wright. This room is being recorded, so as well as being here live in Clubhouse, the room is being live streamed to LinkedIn, as well as beta tested for the new audio feature that LinkedIn are trying out. That's super exciting. So you can find us here on LinkedIn and or Clubhouse every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and on a Tuesday and a Thursday from 4 p.m. till 5 p.m. You can make sure you never miss a room by giving the club a follow simply by clicking on the little green house next to the room title, as well as making sure you follow Lucienne over on LinkedIn. You can keep up to date with what's going on in the collective on Facebook and on Instagram by searching at the.c.e.w. Plus, you can follow Lucienne across social media platforms such as Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook by searching at Lucienne Coaching or by subscribing to her podcast, That's What She Said. Season 2 coming soon. At the top of the room, you will find the link to our LinkedIn room today. But we do also have a